Hello and welcome to my Carnifex full magnetization. Here we have the base with spots for the feet to be put on. Here we have my tail with the scything tail and also the big mace one put together to make it a nice cool looking tail. Here you can see I use a bigger rare earth magnet to hold up the upper torso. Here's the torso with all the magnets placed in the representative arm sockets here, and just like Daryl likes, lots of spiky bits. One of the coolest things about magnetization is the massive amount of variety you can have in just one figure. You can switch up, like as I'm demonstrating here, these heads, and you can always go with which one you like the best. As with the new codex compared to the old one, they've definitely taken out all these extra options for heads as well as other upgraded biomorphs. Here are some of the carapaces that the model comes with. As in the older codex, you could switch these up, but I find that having this magnetized as well can also add some more variant to your army. One of the coolest things about magnetization is the massive amount of variety you can have on any one model, especially big monstrous creatures like this Carnifex. You can switch up these different limbs before any game, no matter which opponent you are facing. You can just switch it up on the fly. Instead of spending the money on 3 or 4 models to have these different variants, you can just buy the one, and with the little extra modeling and working with the green stuff, you can have all these models essentially into one. The worst thing that can ever happen to a model is basically dropping it on the floor and having it shatter and break. But the worst thing that can happen to a magnetized model is you just have to pick up the pieces and maybe even fix up a few scrapes, but that happens in almost any fall. But here are just some of the different choices and some of the different weapons you can have with the magnetization option on any of your creatures. Here you see the Venom Cannon, just in case you have an opponent that has quite a few tanks that you need to take out with a little bit more extra firepower. And if your opponent doesn't have those big vehicles and has massive amount of swarms like orcs, you can switch it up to an extra pair of scything talons just for the extra attacks. And for those elder players that have quite a bit of models as well, you can switch up to the brain leech worms, the devourer, for those shooting attacks that will definitely put some hurt on the other types of armies if you want to take the shooting approach. But of course, my favorite are definitely the rending claws, because they definitely look the coolest. So there you have it, my complete magnetized Carnifex. Another plus for the magnetization is the ability to paint every single part without the other ones getting in the way. Yes, you have a few more extra parts to paint, but in the long run you'll be able to get every single detail on almost every single part.